Patrick, we were talking about the China factor. And I want to understand from you, there's been a large dependence on China when it comes to trade. Do you think with the kind of geopolitics and, the post-COVID era that we've seen and how global supply chains have been disrupted, that over-dependence by Europe on China needs to be curtailed now?
Yes, I think we share the same concern. Both India and Europe, including Poland, has become too much dependent on China, and we need to diversify. We can call it the risking or the coupling, but India can play an important role in this. I think for Polish and European companies in general, India emerges now as a very attractive market. European Union is negotiating the free trade area with India, protection investment agreement with India. So we are heading in a very good position. China has been very active in Central Europe for the last couple of years. You might have heard about the 16+1 formula, which China developed to strengthen relations with Central Europe. And India was not present here, simply. So China took an advantage of this situation, but at the same time, the geopolitical context has changed. The most important partner for Poland is certainly the United States of America, which has very tense relations with China. So I think it would be also an obstacle for developing cooperation with China further on. And here India can
which is what I was coming to next, Patrick. The fact that there is a large Western influence on how Europe takes forward its policies, particularly its diplomacy, its foreign affairs, and how it really stands on certain issues. Do you think that should now be changing? That should have, that European Union should actually have, and different countries of European Union should be having their own foreign policy instead of being largely influenced by the Western thought and by the Western decisions?
I think every country must have independent foreign policy, but at the same time, Poland is a part of European Union. So we need to coordinate our position on a number of issues with our friends and partners in Europe. Poland is also a part of the NATO alliance, which is very important for Poland because of our geographical position in Europe and because of the threat that we see from the east, from Russia. So for this reason, we must be more cautious in our approach to foreign relations. We support stronger strategic autonomy of the European Union. We need to also be less dependent and reliant on security guarantees from the United States because the US attention is also being shifted from Europe to the Indo-Pacific. So Europe needs to invest more in its own defense. Poland is leading by example in this regard. We have been spending more than 4% of GDP for defense last year. Polish army is undergoing historical massive transformation and modernization. It is also one area on which we can cooperate with India. We are developing our own defense industry in Poland, but we are also keen to join hands with friendly countries like India to develop some weapons and systems together with India. We can sell India already battle-tested weaponry, but also we would be interested in buying from India. So defense is certainly one of the most strategic areas for cooperation between India and Poland.
Sure.
And this is linked to the fact that Europe needs to be more autonomous in its foreign policy.